Good afternoon.
Does the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons have a grip firm on that sector?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. And on this occasion, I would speak not just as a security analyst, but as a member of, as an executive council member of the coalition of NGOs against the proliferation of small arms and light weapons. Sadly, I don't think that the Small Arms Commission has the capacity based on a very simple analogy. The thing is, it is an advisory body that is actually supposed to be a regulator. If you are an advisory body, not much you can do to be able to effectively deal with the issue of proliferation of small arms and light weapons. As a result, it is sad to note that it will be difficult, or it might be disingenuous to our viewers if I say, yes, indeed, the Small Arms Commission has a grip until we make it a regulator.
So, Adib, can you tell us the procedure of possession arms in Ghana?
Well, I mean, before you possess a gun, you are supposed to write to the Ministry of Interior to import or to buy the arm. It goes through a process, including the police who will do a background check on you to ensure that, yes, indeed, you are an adult, you are of sane mind, you don't have any criminal background. They do a lot of digging. Then after that, the police would propose to or recommend to the Ministry of Interior that indeed you can have the gun. Then Interior Ministry would give you what we call the permit, okay, to buy the gun. But it doesn't mean you can just go anywhere and buy the gun. You would have to go to a registered arms dealer, and they have warehouses all over the place. And when you buy that gun, that permit is supposed to last only 6 months. After which, you would have to reapply. But if you buy the gun, it doesn't mean the permit allows you to keep it. You would have to go back to the police and get a license, which usually is supposed to be renewed at the end of every year. So even if you have the license on the 29th of December, on the 1st of January, you are supposed to renew it because the police calendar ends on the 31st of December each year. And every year it has to be renewed. Unfortunately, there are a lot of guns in the system, numbering about 1.3 million, which are licensed. However, the licenses are not regularly renewed. According to the Small Arms Commission, as at the close of 2020, out of the 1.3 million guns licenses, only about 45,000 persons renewed their licenses. So it is really a major problem, coupled with those that have never been licensed in the first place.
The illegality of gun manufacturing makes it very difficult for authorities to check on the entrance and of ammunition into the country. Is there a regulation and monitoring mechanism of sort in place?
Well, the thing is, according to the Ministry of Interior, the guns retrieved at crime scenes, about 90% of them are locally manufactured. And that seems to be an area we stand a blind eye to. We have a fledgling local gun manufacturing industry in Ghana, especially if you go to areas such as Alavanyo, Konya, Kumasi, Boku, and other parts of the country. These are usually metal fabricators or welders who have shops, but they have an inner part where they produce these weapons. About some few months ago, there was an arrest of some individuals in Kumasi producing these weapons. And the worrying part of it is that they have gone beyond the production of handguns, the ones we call pistols, like the Berettas, the Smith & Wessons, the Stixa, the Glocks, to the production of assault rifles like the AK-47s, the G3s, the AR-15s, the M16s, etc., which I must say is worrying, and we don't seem to be paying attention to. Secondly, because of the porous nature of our borders, okay, a lot of these weapons are able to come into these countries through unapproved routes, okay, and that also is a bit of a worry and poses an existential threat to the security of the state. Mostly, these criminals feel they have more firepower than even the police. It emboldens them. It makes them have the nerve to stop people in traffic and rob them. It makes them have the nerve to even attack police officers in broad daylight and attack police stations. So until we put the right structures in place, which would include enhancing institutional capacity, education, improved intelligence, improved border security, we still have serious issues with the proliferation of arms. And we have lessons to learn from other jurisdictions. For example, in the U.S., because of Second Amendment, right to own guns, every single year, about 40,000 Americans die as a result of gun-inflicted wounds. How many 9/11s is that? And in Brazil, it's almost the same. So it is really worrying. We cannot afford to do that line. And so there's a need for stakeholders to rise up to the occasion so together we can put the right structures in place to control the illicit guns that are in the system.